Hello. Thanks for being here with me today. I wanted to share some things that I've learned and a connection between therapy and my spiritual awakening, Christ consciousness awakening that I've learned. It's almost been a year now since I first really put my heart into the seriousness of myself, and that I wanted to become a better version of me. I wanted to be the best version that I can be. And so last year I started really deep diving into C.B.T, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. And in C.B.T, one of the first things I started learning about was the triangle, C.B.T triangle. You have your feelings, your thoughts, and your actions, or your behavior. Feelings, thoughts, and behavior. And in the center of it all is to notice, is to look. How do things occur to you? Because you're at the center of this triangle. And they're all connected. If you change one thing, it changes the others. So one thing that I learned is to be a detective. Notice, acknowledge, and then correct. And do something to manage good behavior. So model good behavior. Manage myself. So instead of reacting, I need to stop, take a breath, breathe. Just give that moment, that pause between thought and action. And that has made a huge difference in the way that I see the world, the way the world feels to me, and the way I'm acting and behaving in the world and with everyone around me. Because I will admit, I am quick to anger. I am quick to just, that's it. I'll just cut it off, throw it away, turn around. That's what I was taught from a young age, is that if there's a problem or an issue, I would just go to my room. Just go to my room, don't have to face it anymore. You can play, do something else, distract myself, and that's what I've been doing for most of my life. Instead of facing myself, facing any problems that I have, I just went and ran away from them. So this C.B.T, cognitive behavioral therapy, has helped me to be able to see the truth of things and what's really going on around me and within me as well. I have learned to be the observer of my thoughts. I've learned that I am not my thoughts. My thoughts are not me. The way I feel is not me. I've been practicing a lot of mindfulness, which is just pausing, reflecting, being thankful. Been shifting my perspective. I'm not trying to be the victim of anything. I'm trying to really just see things as they are for what they are. The truth. I am a truth seeker. I want to see the truth, know the truth, and do the truth with my whole heart. One thing I've learned that has helped me to see and separate myself from my thoughts and my actions is I like to imagine my thoughts as leaves going down the stream. They're just floating along. Each one is their own color, shape, size, and they're all traveling at their own speeds depending on where they are with the current of the stream. So when I can be the observer of my thoughts, I am already creating that space between my thought and action, and I can look at my thoughts, observe it from a different perspective, and not react so harshly, not so quick to judge, quick to anger. So that's one thing that has really helped me. Also breathing exercises, just my 3-6-9 breathing that I've been doing. You breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 6, breathe out for 9, hold for 3, breathe in for 6, hold for 9, breathe out for 3, etc. Keep going on. You can do that for a couple minutes a day. It has helped me immensely, and anytime I feel a little bit of stress or anxiety, I come inside to myself, practice my breathing, slow down my thoughts so they're not racing and away from me. Breathe, calm myself down, help my nervous system calm down. There's lots of different breathing techniques that you can try, but that's one that has worked for me the best. I have learned to become less emotionally reactive. So like I said, I was always quick to anger. Something bothered me, I didn't like it, I would just be quick to give attitude, blurt something back. Yeah, and I don't like doing that anymore. It doesn't feel good. And it never felt good. I just never knew anything else. I never knew how to stop it. I never knew how to control myself properly. But I've been really thinking about just being, the truth seeker that I am, and how can I fix myself? How can I become better? And I've asked. It just takes, a heart connection. Be genuine and sincere. I asked, please, I need help. I want to be able to articulate my words, my thoughts, instead of just reacting to the way I feel, to other people's thoughts and words and actions. And I had a heartfelt conversation with God, Source, Spirit, whatever you want to call it. And then I received answers. I received guidance. Things just pop up and show up for me out of the blue. The information that I was asking for was shown to me. And I apparently, I guess all along, I've had the opportunity, I've had the know-how, I've had the ability to change myself this whole time. I just didn't quite know how. I didn't have all the tools to separate my thoughts from my actions. So I'm very grateful that I took the time to ask for myself, because I've always been the type that when I would pray or think about things, I never asked for anything for myself. It was always for others, because in a way I never felt good enough. I always felt unworthy. That's been with me for a very long time. But I never felt worthy enough. But in doing so, I have learned that I have had a cognitive distortion, which is I was not seeing things for what they truly are. I would bend it to my advantage. I've been called a word ninja, and I should have been a lawyer because I'm good at twisting shit around. So those things never made me feel really good, but now I understand where that came from, and that was someone else's perspective, which was dead on and the truth. And now I can see it for the truth that it is. I have learned to stop, slow down. Between the stimulus and the response, I've learned to take a breath, pull back. Let's look at this from another perspective. I've also tried to do the opposite. So instead of just saying, oh no, that's not right, or stop, you shouldn't be doing that, I've just, okay, acknowledge it, let it occur, choosing the opposite, a different action than what I normally would. And I can also, I have learned to predict my own emotional triggers, things that I know I let hurt me, I let trigger me. I know what those are now, and I know how to navigate around them instead of letting them get a hold of me and control me so much. So that is what I've learned, some emotional intelligence. Okay. I've also learned that what I have and had, and what a lot of people have, that they may not even know it, is a negativity bias. It's what we feed off of. The news is like negativity bias central. Anything negative, And then you it's kind of like an addiction. You just want more of it, more, feed you more of this drama, more of this friction, more negativity. And we eat it up, slurp that shit up all the way down to the last drop. Can't get enough. I have taken a step away from that. I don't watch the news anymore. Very rarely do I watch like crime, true crime stuff. I'm just not that interested. I have separated myself from it. I don't care about it anymore. Some things, yes, it's important to know what's going on, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. It's not affecting me personally. And once I've stopped focusing on all that negativity, well, guess what? I don't see it around me anymore, because what you focus on grows. So if you're constantly just focusing on the murderers next door, okay, you're constantly watching crime TV like my mom did growing up, always on the radio, watching the news. It was always negative stuff she was always looking at and watching. And guess what does she see? Negative. Everything was negative for her. You could tell her the greatest news of your life, and she will shit on it, and she will tell you what's wrong with it and how it could go wrong and possible this and that. So I can see it. I see it firsthand what that does, and it's not good. Take a break from social media. Take a break from the TV. Focus on really what you want to achieve. You want to achieve a better marriage, better relationships with your children or whomever it is. Take a break from the negative stuff. Focus on something good and positive. Look for something good and to see. Look at the beauty all around you in this world. I promise you it's there. It's all about how things occur to you, how you see it. Also, just stop assuming. If you don't know it, don't assume, because it creates your reality. You can go around assuming, oh, they're looking at me funny, they don't like me, I assume that I'm this and that. Well, guess what? It's going to come right back at you. It is scientific. Your brain makes neural pathways about things that you pay attention to. So your assumptions create your reality. What you are focusing on, you're going to see it quicker every time. Like my mom, for example. Focusing on the negative, that's all she saw. Everything was negative. Nothing was positive with her. So now that I've slowed down, I've cut out that negative news feed to my brain. Well, now I can go out, and I'm not afraid that I'm going to get mugged. I'm not afraid that someone's going to, run me over or whatever. Like, I'm focusing on the positive. I'm not a victim. I am not a victim. And I'm not going to let a skewed perspective create my reality. So, that's the truth. This is how the kind of like spiritual awakening, the Christ consciousness, has crossed, it's interlinked, it's holding hands with the C.B.T, the cognitive behavioral therapy. It's the same thing. What you focus on grows. Choose, make a choice for yourself. Trust in the choice you made, and then act as if it's already done. There was a time, well, for example, after learning some of this stuff and feeling enlightened and worthy for once in my life, felt real good, and I loved myself. We're driving down the road, making a turn, switch lanes, didn't see someone behind us, is in the blind spot. Well, this guy got really pissed off, came up beside us, was cussing us out, and I just look over and I'm like, so sorry, I didn't see you. And he's like, I got my fucking kids in the back seat. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I have my kids back here too. I'm so glad that your family is safe and no one got hurt. And I told him, I said, I hope you have the best day of your life today and enjoy it with your family. And then he just kind of stopped and then took off. Like, from me coming out of a place of love, and I'm not making anything wrong or bad, even though it was my mistake. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I'm not cussing at him, calling him names. And immediately he stopped and went about his day. I hope he had the best day of his life with his family. I really do. And that's something that beforehand I probably would have just, road rage, hauled ass away, flipped the bird, honked at him, whatever, It's just you feed that same negativity back. But when you stop and make a new choice, new doors open up for you and for other people. Also, the negativity bias, man, this was one thing that got me, especially as growing up, is that it's like a mental filter that looking back, I can remember all kinds of negative, bad things that happened to me, and I forgot all the good, wonderful things because I was only focused on the bad. I felt like a victim. Everyone's out to get me. For whatever reason, people don't like me. That's how I felt. That's what I believed. That's how I behaved. That's the mental filtering on that. Yeah. I can remember a whole bunch of bad things. I remember everything you did to me. But I could hardly name anything good, which is really sad. And when I learned this, I was like, oh, I'm stopping this right now. That's not good. I don't like it. I don't want to be that way. I don't want anyone to live that way. So if I can help anyone, just one person, see that you can make a difference in your life, you are in control. No one can make you do or feel anything that you don't agree, unless you agree to it. They can't make you do or say or feel any way unless you agree to it. I'm going to stop here for now because there's so much that I would like to talk about. But if you made it to this point, thank you for being here for me. I'm here for you. And I hope you have the best day of your life. I hope today is the best day of your life. And it can be if you choose it for yourself. It's all about what you perceive. Bye.